What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Talking Kentucky, the first annual Talking Kentucky Selection Sunday special. The bracket has been released. It is 7 o'clock. It's 7:10 Eastern. No, Central Time. 7:10 Central Time. 8:10 Eastern. The bracket was released. What, Caden? At 5 p.m. Central, I think is when they first started putting it out.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. And we're going to be taking on none other than Bryce Hopkins and Providence, first round.
Well, what better way to kick it off? I mean, what better way than to see Jay Wright on the TV screen introducing us as playing Providence in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We're going to get into that for sure. We got a lot of people in the comments joining us here. So thanks for tuning in and watching. We're probably not going to take any calls tonight because the bulk of what this is going to be is just kind of going through the bracket and giving our unbiased opinions on who's going to make it past, and our very well informed opinions, right, Caden?
Yeah, there's no telling what's going to happen. I don't even know who I'm picking yet, so this is completely on the fly.
Yeah, I haven't even really seen the whole bracket, Caden. It was hard to get to that Selection Sunday special for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. We couldn't find it there for a minute. So the selection show, we were having some trouble there.
Yeah, I was streaming and I was looking on the CBS app on the Roku and the CBS app on my phone. It's hard to find the legit thing. We finally found it.
And we're happy to be joined, of course. We can't do a bracket with just two people. We got to have an odd number, so we got to have the three. So we're happy to be joined by the camera list, Cody Peebler, tonight. He's just got the throwback UK logo on the screen there.
What's going on, guys?
Well, now, first of all, before we get into the bracket, you guys were in Nashville on Friday night for the Kentucky Vandy game. Didn't go to the game, if I'm correct. You just hung out in the bars on Nashville. It was probably a good decision, honestly, from that standpoint. But you got to fill me in. How was Nashville? Was it as bad as everybody said that it was? And we got to start there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we tried to pull them through, but we just couldn't. And Vandy ended up winning. Unfortunately, it seems like Vandy's beating us in every sport this year. But me and Cody did end up arguing with the West Virginia fan. He said some profanities towards Oscar, and we take our basketball serious, and we all love Oscar. You just can't have that. So
I got to stand up for Oscar. What I want to know is, what was a West Virginia fan doing in Nashville? I mean, that's my first question. That's my first problem that I have is like, what's going on there? I need to make sense out of that first.
Well, he really didn't appreciate the fact that I said that West Virginia sucks.
Well, you're just spitting truth, Cody.
Yeah,
that's what honestly, that's what I said. But he didn't appreciate it, and if I didn't back down, he probably would have fought me.
Yeah, this dude had a temper, and it was after a few beers he had, so probably would have been bad. So we kind of backed down. We also met a Duke fan upstairs, and actually he was a pretty nice guy. I have to say, I did enjoy his company more than the West Virginia fan.
Other than being a Duke fan, he wasn't terrible.
Well, West Virginia fans should get mad at Bob Huggins, if anybody. I mean, he's who ran Oscar off, called him lazy, called him a so-called McDonald's All-American. I mean, you should be running him off. Little did we know that we were going to be cursing out Oscar for punching that dude in the face on Vanderbilt later that night. So maybe it was a little premature defense of Oscar there, but who knows? We can sit here and talk about the Vanderbilt. We could do a whole show on the Vanderbilt game. But it is what it is. We'll try to put it behind us and move on into making our 6-game win streak here, winning the national championship. So here we go. What better way than to just jump on in? Caden, have you got this bracket here ready to stream, ready to share?
Yeah, I've got it, and I think I figured out how to zoom in a little bit too. So hopefully this will work.
Sweet. You just messaged me that my video was lagging. but my audio is fine.
Yeah,
so
the audio is fine.
Hopefully,
okay, add to stream. There we go.
Okay, sweet. So, yeah, we know nothing about any of these teams really, but we're gonna just jump in and do this. Well, I guess first of all, we need to, before we get into the bracket, we need to tell people what we're doing here. So, we created an ESPN Tournament Challenge. We created a group, not surprisingly, called Talking Kentucky. So the group name is Talking Kentucky. And we want you to fill out your bracket and join our group and everything here. And if you win, now if we win, obviously our bracket's going to win the group. But whoever comes in second,
yeah, we're experts.
Yeah, whoever wins our group, we're going to send you a Talking Kentucky hat. That will be your prize. So, Caden, do you have a link to it that you could drop in the comments for people to click on to join our group?
Yeah, I'll look for that.
Possible. Okay,
cool. For that link and do that. We can also probably post it to our page.
Yeah, we'll post it to our page later too. But Caden will try to find that link and we'll drop it in the comments, and you can join with the chance to win a Talking Kentucky hat. So and everybody fills out a bracket. I mean, that's just like if you live in Kentucky, you got to fill out a bracket, right? So yeah, you got to do that. This is about as good of a view as we can get of the bracket on the screen because we can't really zoom in. So when we share the screen, but there it is nonetheless. So anyway, I think that covers all that stuff. So we can go ahead and jump in here. There's a lot of people in the comments complaining about the Vanderbilt game. Not surprisingly, but that's okay. So let's start off, I guess, let's go bracket by bracket here. So let's start off with the South Regional, which is in Louisville, which once upon a time we were planning on being in, but, then we screwed the pooch on the season. So that didn't really work out. But Caden, this is probably not the hardest bracket, but I would say it's probably the second hardest bracket that I've seen in just a quick glance at the field here.
Oh, as far as this region, you mean?
Yeah, the region, yeah. Brackets, regions, whatever you want to call them, yeah. I think of them as 4 little mini brackets, but
right.
You got Furman in there. You got Arizona as a 2 seed. Alabama's got the number 1 overall seed. Caden, Cody, are you surprised that Alabama got the number 1 overall seed? Are you surprised that Houston didn't jump up there at 31-3?
Yeah, I was a little confused. I kind of thought Houston was going to, not only because of the record, but I was looking at the net rankings. I think Houston is first overall in that. So I was kind of confused that Alabama got it, but I mean, they just won the SEC tournament. So I guess it makes sense. More sense than like Kansas or someone getting it,
Hey, Caden just dropped that link in the comments down there, so you can click on that to join our group.
It looks a little sketchy, so I don't know if it actually works, but we'll make sure we post a good one to the page.
It's not like that. It's not like that. Our last show when we had the sketchy emojis and everything. The guys from the Middle East or whatever in the comments. It's not quite like that. But isn't there a password for it?
Yeah, the password. The name is Talking Kentucky. You can probably just search names Talking Kentucky, and then the password's Talking bracket all _ no caps.
All
or
lowercase.
No space. All undercase,
yeah. No space, all undercase.
Yeah, Talking bracket is the password.
Okay,
all lowercase.
So I'm going to post this in the comments. Okay, so the password for the group is Talking bracket. So we had to do a password so that we didn't have any random trolls or bots in there, I guess. But
like what if someone won and we don't even know who it is? So how do we know who to send the prize to?
Right. No, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, in any case, the password is Talking bracket, all lowercase, no space, and then the link to join is there. So be sure you do that. Well, let's start off at the top with Alabama taking on the winner of Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Southeast Missouri State. What a barn burner that's going to be in the first 4. So. Are we gonna pick the 16 seed matchup? Are we gonna pick the first 4? Do we want to do that?
Are we going to pick the first 4? What do you mean?
Like the play-in game there for Alabama. Are we picking that?
Sure.
Okay. You don't sound too excited about that.
I mean,
sure.
they're not going to beat Alabama, but
well, that's why we got to pick this game, because we know the Alabama game is going to be easy. So Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, is that right? Is that who's playing Alabama?
Yeah, I didn't even know who those 2 teams were without the full name, so that tells you who I think's going to win this.
Does anybody know what Texas A&M Corpus Christi's mascot is? Any guesses? No.
Is this how we're going to decide the bracket? Are we going to figure out the mascots?
Well, for games like this, unless you've broken down a lot of film on Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Southeast Missouri State Tech A&M, Josh Hart says, how long do we have to complete the bracket? You have until the round of 64 starts, so until Thursday. You have until then to fill out the bracket. So you got some time, Josh. No worries.
You don't have to do it tonight.
You don't have to do it tonight. But, okay, Texas A&M Corpus Christi mascot. I'm just going to type in that. We're going to get that going here. Okay. They are the Islanders.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go Southeast Missouri State mascot. They are the Red Hawks. So 2 of the most boring mascots you could possibly have there. Caden, let's start with you. Who are you going with in this matchup?
I'm gonna go with the Islanders. They're a Texas school, and I think Texas has some pretty good teams. Usually I think of like Texas Tech or Texas A&M or TCU, but I think I'm gonna go with the Texas school there.
Well, I want Cody to decide this one, so I'm going to go Southeast Missouri State. Is that where Perry Stevenson is? Is Southeast Missouri State where Perry is? Or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be.
I think it might be Missouri Valley or something like that. Anyway, it's somewhere in Missouri. It's all the same. But Cody, who you going with this game?
I'll go with Caden, Texas.
All right, then. You
seem confident.
Yeah, it does seem confident. Claude says, I no longer do brackets because I always lose. Only time I won is picking Kentucky to win the national championship in 2012, and I got that right. Well, but Claude, you could win a Talking Kentucky hat. That's why you should do the bracket. If you lose, there's no punishment. You could only go up from here. So
yeah, it's not like you're losing money or anything.
That's right. Yeah, we don't do that around here. Jonathan Holmes says, at least Kentucky made it easy for us to choose this year. I won't lose a single tier picking a high school team to beat us in the first round this go-round.
High school team.
Well, we're not quite playing a high school team. Providence is probably the best 11 seed in the history of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get into that. But
so, of course, they put them against us. Yeah.
So the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders move on to take on Alabama in the round of 64. Does anybody think that they're upsetting Alabama?
No.
Okay, me neither. So Alabama will move on to the next round. Caden, are you filling out you're filling out the bracket here. Okay, so we got Alabama there. I see. Okay, second round, we got Maryland and West Virginia, the 8-9 matchup there. As we've already established on the episode, West Virginia sucks. So I'm going to go with Maryland to move on to the second round. Cody, who you got?
I am going to go with also Maryland.
Okay, well, Caden, were you going to pick West Virginia, or are we sweeping with Maryland?
Yeah, let's go Maryland. West Virginia 7-11 in their conference. Are you kidding me?
We can't, in good faith, pick West Virginia.
How do you get a 9 seed and you go 7-11 in your conference? That's what I'm wondering. So yeah, I'll go Maryland.
Okay, Maryland. The Terps moving on. Next game here, San Diego State and the College of Charleston. I have a question for you all. Has San Diego State ever not been a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it's almost like Marquette being all-time 8. I think San Diego State all-time.
Marquette's a 2 seed this year, which is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's usually
that's got to be an all-time high for them.
Marquette's either 8 or 9. Josh Hart says, have a great night, guys. Got to head out to work. I'll watch the rest of the show in the morning. Hey, thanks, Josh. Yeah, we leave all our shows up. We put them on Spotify and YouTube and Apple Podcasts and stuff too. So if you ever miss a show, You can always jump back on and listen on there. Like I said, I feel like San Diego State is always a 5 seed. Statistically speaking, 12 seeds upset 5 seeds more than any other upset that happens for whatever reason. But I don't think that's going to be the case in this matchup. I think the San Diego State Aztecs are going to move on to the round of 32. All right, let's go. Let's establish a little order here. So, Caden.
Yeah, San Diego State. Look at this. Just look at this notable result. Charleston lost to North Carolina, who's not even in the tournament. So
that's right. Preseason number 1, though. Let's not forget.
That's true. That's not a good look, though. So I'm going San Diego State.
San Diego State as well.
San Diego State moving on, sweeping to the next round. All right, now this is going to be my first upset pick here. We got Virginia and Furman. Now, I want to work at Furman University one day. It's one of my favorite universities in this universe. It's beautiful there. So as my hopefully future employer one day, I can in good faith.
That can be talking Kentucky headquarters one day.
It could be. So, I'm going Furman to move on to the next round. And Virginia plays the most boring style of basketball in the history of mankind. So I can't in good faith pick them either.
Yeah, what did Drew Franklin say? YMCA. White guys.
YMCA, white guys. That's welcome to Virginia basketball. That's exactly right. So, but I've got the Furman Paladins moving on to the second round. So, Caden.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you on this one. Actually, I have a good feeling about Furman.
I do too. Purple.
I can't put my finger on it, but
yeah. Cody.
Sorry, boys. I'm gonna go with Virginia.
Well, it doesn't matter because Furman's moving on to the next round anyway. But that's fine. We'll remember that when Furman wins. Okay, we got Creighton and NC State here. You know what? Davion Mintzel's one of my favorite players at Kentucky. He came from Creighton. I feel like Creighton is always good at basketball for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure they're the Blue Jays, which is pretty cool. So I'm picking Creighton to move on.
Coleman, I'm going to go with NC State on this one. I'm seeing they only lost to 6 to Kansas.
Oh, so this is your problem. You're looking at too much stats. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I'm still going with NC State. Go Wolfpack.
Go Pack.
NC State.
NC State, man. I'm gonna have the upset bracket here. Okay, NC State moving on. All right, Baylor taking on the UC Santa Barbara. Is that California? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter where they are because Baylor's gonna win. So Baylor moving on.
Yeah, there's UCSB has no shot picking Baylor.
UCSB, like you know what that means. Okay. Cody.
Take Baylor.
All right. Good.
Cody's so confident.
Yeah, he is. Just no problems. Just moving right on. Moving right along there. Hey, Scott Sally says he's watching, or I think it's Salih. Sorry. I think that's the correct pronunciation.
He corrected you that one time, Coleman.
He did. I remember that. Yeah, we have he's watching at work. So that's dedication there. That's a true Talking Kentucky fan right there. Watching at work. Yeah, I got to say. Claude says LOL North Carolina first 4 out. I thought you're a North Carolina fan, Claude.
No, he's a Roy Williams fan.
Oh, that's right. He's a Michael Jordan fan, not a North Carolina fan. But okay, where are we at? Missouri and Utah State. What a burner of a game that's going to be. I'll go Missouri. It honestly depends on if they hit threes. Missouri's either really good or really bad, depending on how they can shoot the basketball.
You could say that at literally every SEC team.
You could, except for Kentucky. We're just bad all the time. But I'm gonna go Missouri in this case. I think they'll be hot in the first round. So
did everyone beat Tennessee this year or something?
Pretty much.
Missouri beat them twice.
Yeah. Still got a 4 seed somehow. Yeah.
I really don't understand that. I'm going Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm picking Missouri as well.
All right, Missouri with the sweep. Mizzou, which I've never understood why they spell it that way. That doesn't make any sense, since that is not at all how you spell the name of their state. Arizona's playing Princeton. That is the alma mater of Jonathan Glickson, but I don't think it'll matter because Arizona is going to move on to the second round. So unless if Jonathan Holmes disagrees, if he's in the comments and he thinks that Princeton has the ability to move on, then we might go with them. But Caden,
even Arizona beat Tennessee. You seeing this? Yeah, Arizona.
I'm picking Princeton.
All right. Well,
so it doesn't matter.
Cody's going with the fighting Jonathan Glicksons. But to move on to the second round. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Arizona's moving on to the next round. Okay, so the round of 32, who we got in the first round here? We got Alabama in Maryland. I'm still going Alabama pretty easily here. I don't think they're even going to break a sweat till they get to the Sweet 16.
Against Maryland, no, I agree. I'm going Alabama again.
Alabama.
I love how just matter of fact Cody is. He's just like Maryland, Alabama, Princeton. He's very matter of fact.
Marcia picked Princeton.
She did. She said Missouri's got a great coach, which is true. He just got a big extension, like a pretty crazy. I think it was like a 10-year extension or something like that. It was pretty crazy. So,
probably after they beat Kentucky by 30. That's probably what got it for
them. Did. Yeah. Anyways, so San Diego, we have San Diego State and Furman in the second round. Again, I can't pick against Furman. I think San Diego State has a chance of losing in the first round, so I definitely don't think they're going to move on to the Sweet 16. So I'm going to go Furman to move on to the Sweet 16.
Oh, you're going the upset.
Yeah, I'm going to the upset. Paladins.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still can't. I can't go with that upset, Coleman. I want to pick San Diego State. So this one's okay. On Cody.
That's all right. They're a good team.
I'm going to pick San Diego State as well.
Okay, well, that's okay. Furman's tournament run ends in the second round, which would have been further than Kentucky got last year. So
twice as far. Yeah.
Yeah, twice as far actually. Yeah. So, okay, so we got Alabama, and who else in the Sweet 16 now?
San Diego State.
San Diego State in the Sweet 16. Okay, so now we got NC State and Baylor. Yeah, Baylor. I mean, it's not even close, right? Yeah, that's who I'm going with. Marshall,
I'm probably thinking about this too much.
Oh, of course you are.
Marquette beat Baylor by 26. It's not.
Well, I guess that explains their 2 seed.
But NC State lost to North Carolina once. Yeah, I'm going with Baylor.
Marcia says, "Can we post that link again in the comments?"
Did the other one not work, Marcia? You probably didn't.
It's probably just too far up in the comments now. The scroll. Need to pin it or something. And again, the password, of course, is Talking Bracket.
Here, let me copy this link. Maybe I think this one will be better.
No spaces for caps. Okay. Posting a new link there. Okay, there it is. Okay, so hopefully that works.
Yeah.
So there's the new
password Talking Bracket.
Yeah, Talking Bracket. That's right. Okay. Have you picked Baylor yet?
Yeah, I picked Baylor.
Okay, you picked Baylor. Okay, so Cody?
I will also pick Baylor.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay, now we got Missouri and Arizona in the second round. They don't have DeAndre Ayton or the money anymore, but I still think they can make it to the Sweet 16. So I think Arizona moves on to the next round.
Yeah, every time I hear DeAndre Ayton, I just think about that pile of money in the press conference.
Yep. It was crying too. The money was crying.
It was, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to do something crazy, and I'm going to pick Missouri here.
You're right, Caden. That is crazy. Cody.
I'm also going to be crazy. Missouri.
Well, wow, that'd make us look better, wouldn't it? Okay, Missouri advances to the Sweet 16. So our
two SEC teams already.
Alabama, San Diego State, Baylor, and Missouri. Wow, what a hell of a Final Four that is. Let's see. Alabama's moving on. They're moving on to the Elite Eight.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead and finish this region, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we're finishing the region. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where San Diego State's run ends, I think.
I would agree. Yep. Makes sense.
Alabama. Yep.
Bama.
Bama.
All right. I like the little twang on there too. Baylor and Missouri. Surely you guys don't think Missouri's upsetting Baylor.
Probably not. No. Baylor.
All right. Baylor. Sick 'em.
I'll do Missouri.
Okay.
Coleman, did you pick Baylor?
Yeah, I picked Baylor.
Okay.
Okay. Alabama and Baylor in the Elite Eight. So who's going to the Final Four? We got Bama and Baylor. I think Bama can be beat, but I don't think they're going to be beat by anybody in this bracket in this region. So I'm gonna pick Bama to go to the Final Four.
Yep, I'm picking Bama.
Bama.
All right. Alabama's the first Talking Kentucky Final Four appearance here. So I think we'll move on. What do we want to do? Yeah, let's go ahead and do the
East
Go
region.
ahead and do the East region here. So first we have the Fighting Marshes of Purdue University, and taking on the winner of Texas Southern and Fairleigh Dickinson University. So we got to pick Texas Southern and Fairleigh Dickinson. Now, isn't Texas Southern that team that beat us in the tournament when we had Rupp and they made a movie about it?
In like 1930, yeah.
Okay, so we've got to okay, wait, Scott Sally says no sound. Are we still getting through? Can people hear us or do we not have sound? Let us know. For sure. Maybe it's just Scott. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all can hear us, but maybe I should post something in the comments. Can you all hear us? Okay.
Clyde
well,
says we're good.
Clyde says we're good. Okay. Well, it must just be Scott. That's all right. That's fine. Okay. Well, anyway, we were talking about Texas Southern, and you're saying when was that? Caden, was that in the 50s or something?
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, I've never seen Texas Southern in the tournament since, but I could be wrong.
I haven't either, but somebody that beat us, and they made a movie about it. I mean, I can't pick them. And then like Fairleigh Dickinson, they're not super Dickinson, but they're Fairleigh Dickinson, so I think that they can get to the next round.
They're not really Dickinson, they're just Fairleigh. So
they're Fairleigh Dickinson. So
I gotta go with Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, that's the best name in the history of basketball, Fairleigh Dickinson. Cody, who you going with?
I'll go with you guys.
All right. Fairleigh Dickinson taking on Purdue. Is there any chance that Fairleigh Dickinson can upset Purdue?
Well, they might lose by 50.
They might, or they might beat them. You don't know. It could. It's March Madness. Anything can happen. But in that case, in this case, I'm picking Purdue. I'm sure Marsha is too.
Cody's picking Purdue, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. You didn't even think, we didn't even think we'd have to say it there. Okay, Memphis and Florida Atlantic, which might be the weakest 8-9 matchup I've ever seen. I didn't know Florida Atlantic had a basketball team before 2 hours ago.
Are you kidding me?
So I'm going to go with Memphis here and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
I think Memphis is really underseeded, to be honest with you. Memphis is a team that can beat anybody if they're playing.
They beat
well.
Houston once. FAU hasn't even played a top 25 team. So yeah, it's going to be easy. Memphis win.
Memphis and Kentucky are a lot alike in that both teams like have a lot of talent and have the potential to beat anybody if they play well. But the problem is neither of them play well very often, and they consequently don't beat anybody. So, but they could. So I'm going Memphis to move on. Who are you going with, Caden?
Memphis. I mean, look at they've been beaten up on the SEC. They beat Auburn. They beat Texas A&M.
That's right.
They almost beat Alabama. So yeah, they're way underseeded.
Yeah, I'll pick Memphis as well.
Jonathan said they beat the crap out of Houston today. They looked really good.
Oh, Memphis played Houston today. Wow, I didn't realize that. I heard Houston lost. I didn't know it was to Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis. Okay. Duke and Oral Roberts. Now, Oral Roberts beat Florida a few years ago in the tournament, and it was a big meme. Because Florida, there was this meme that said Florida, we're going to the Sweet 16, and then it cut over and said, "Oh, are you?" Which was pretty funny.
Got them.
Yeah. Anyways, and Duke has a history. Now I know we lost to St. Peter's last year, but Duke has developed a tradition of losing to double-digit seeds in the tournament. I mean, we got Lehigh. Who else have they lost to in the tournament?
I don't know. It's usually in the second round to a terrible team.
Yeah, it is. Didn't they lose to Moorhead one year, or was that Louisville? Well, Louisville lost to Moorhead.
It doesn't surprise me.
In any case, I'm picking Oral Roberts for the upset. It's a 5-12 matchup too, which means the probability is higher that they lose. So, Mercer, Clyde says, good call.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't think. Yeah, I knew it was some other small team they lost to. So, yeah, I'm going with Oral Roberts to add to the list of teams that upset Duke. And then we could post the Did Duke Win link, and it could be good for 6 or 7 months.
I hate Duke more than anyone, but I really can't see any world where Oral Roberts beats them. So I got to go with Duke. Kills me, but
no.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't pick that, so I'll do Duke as well.
All right, the next lineup here, Tennessee and Louisiana, not LSU, but Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns, who Caden didn't know existed until 2 hours ago. I'm picking the Ragin' Cajuns. I'm picking Tennessee to go down. They don't have Ziegler. Tennessee just lost to Missouri, and I just think the morale is low. I think they're overseeded, and I think the Ragin' Cajuns are going to pull off the upset.
I would pick the upset, but Rick Barnes. I feel like Rick Barnes is one of those guys that could pick up a group of 5 from the YMCA who are like 80 years old and still be able to beat Louisiana in this round. Yeah. So I'm going with Tennessee.
Fair enough.
I'll go Tennessee as well.
Okay. Well, the one we've all been waiting for, Kentucky and Providence, the showdown. Probably the best 11 seed in the history of the tournament, I would say. You got the storyline where Bryce Hopkins transferred to Providence from Kentucky this year. And didn't he tweet us or something this year? Tweet some kind of cryptic thing, or was that Keon Brooks? Yeah. I think it was
probably both.
It was Keon.
It definitely Keon did, which is Washington. Did we see Washington in this bracket? I don't think Washington
make the tournament.
I don't think they made the tournament.
Oh, they didn't, did they?
Well,
sorry, Keon.
What happens when you have Keon on your team? But anyway, so I'll go with man. If we lose this game, it'll be the first time. I mean, it'll have been 5 years since we've won an NCAA tournament game. Which is crazy to think about. That'll be the longest time span in the history of the school. We could if we make it past Providence, if we beat Providence, we can go to the Final Four.
Yep.
The pressure on the team for this game is immense. Because I mean, like, you haven't won an NCAA tournament game in 4 years. You just lost to Vanderbilt in your first game in the SEC tournament. Like, it's tough, man. I'm having a tough time with this one.
I think it comes down to who, like, if we're going to be healthy or not. For one, like, is Kaysen? How's his ankle doing? Because he didn't look too great against Vandy.
You know what? I hate to do this because you know we're all Kentucky fans here, man. But until they prove me wrong, I don't think I can pick them, man. I probably got to go Providence. I hate to be doing that, but I mean, I probably got to go Providence here. I mean, I can't. They got to prove me wrong. It's like beating Tennessee in football. I'm always going to pick Tennessee until Kentucky can consistently prove me wrong. So yeah.
You know, I completely agree with you that if we win this, we can make a massive run. Because I think Providence is probably one of the better teams in this region.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Kentucky for the simple fact I think it's probably a toss-up, and I want Cody to decide.
Man, if we lose this game, golly.
Bail out the athletic department.
Well,
bankrupt them.
I've always picked Kentucky to win no matter what every year, and
Same.
you know I guess I just love being disappointed, but I can't lose my streak of picking them, so I'm gonna have to pick Kentucky.
That's fair enough.
Man, if we lose that game, gosh.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't even know what'll happen. Like, I don't know how
sick.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what'll happen. But anyway, Kansas State, Montana State next round. I'll go Kansas State, moving on to the second round and to play Kentucky. And the last time we played Kansas State in the tournament, we couldn't hit a free throw, which reminds me of the other night. So I could see that happening again. But anyway, I'll go Kansas State moving on.
Kansas State for sure.
Yeah,
Kansas State.
All right, next round here, Michigan State and Southern California. I would have rather dropped to a 7 and played Southern California rather than Providence, to be honest with you. But I'll go. I just don't think Michigan State is good, man. I'm probably going USC for the upset here. How do you make the tournament having only won 19 games? How does that happen? I don't think there's another team in this field that has only won 19. Well, I guess Iowa.
Yeah, I don't think Michigan State's that good, but I don't know if Tom Izzo has ever lost in the first round. So I'm going Michigan State.
Well, that's a good stat. Cal has lost in the first round. So
I'll go USC.
Oh, USC moving on the second round. Now we have Marquette and Vermont. I feel like Vermont always plays well in the first round.
They do, and they're always a 15 seed.
Yeah, I feel like they always upset, or they're like a 12 seed upsetting a 5. I feel like Vermont is always much better than people think. So I'm going to be crazy here. I mean, there's always one or two, crazy upsets. So at least, I'm going to go Vermont moving on to the next round here.
Do you see this? The first sentence, Marquette's tempo is fascinating.
Huh.
I've never heard that sentence before. Have you?
I've never heard Marquette described as fascinating. That's for sure.
They're one of the fastest on offense, but they slow the pace to a crawl defensively. Huh.
To a crawl? Wow.
Vermont's won 15 straight?
Yeah, that's why I picked them. Because I knew that.
I'm going to have to pick Marquette.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, Kate. I forgot. I didn't.
Let's go. Marquette is all-time 8, and they shouldn't even be a 2. I'm going to go Vermont. We're picking the upset.
Let's go. The Vermont, what's their mascot? The Cougs or something? What is that?
It looks like some kind of mountain lion.
The Vermont Mountain Lions.
Sure.
Whatever they are. Okay. Let's go. Let's finish out that region. So
Okay.
let's scroll back up. Okay, Purdue and Memphis. I think I got to go with Memphis here to upset Purdue. Now I know we got some Purdue fans in the comments, but and by that I mean Marcia. But I think I got to go Memphis.
I think it'll be close, but I'm gonna still go with Purdue just because of that Edie kid that's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
I'll go Purdue too.
Duke and Tennessee. God, I'm not gonna watch that game. That's never did I think I could hate two teams in the same game more than this. But in this matchup, I'd probably go Duke to move on.
I think Tennessee's. Yeah, I think if Tennessee had Ziegler, they'd win. But I'm gonna go with Duke.
Yeah, if they had Ziegler, I think they would win. But I mean, it doesn't matter, Cody. Whichever one you pick, it's still going to be Duke. But
I was going to go Tennessee anyway.
There we go. Kentucky and Kansas State, two Wildcats. If we can't hit free throws again, which is likely, we're probably going to go home. But since I picked Providence in the first round, I'll go ahead and pick Kentucky in the second round. I think if we beat Providence, we can make a run. So I'll go Kentucky.
I said that Kentucky could make a run, but then I saw that they're playing Kansas State second round. If they make it that far, I'm gonna go Kansas State this game because it just gives me flashbacks to last time we played them.
Go
So Cody, it's up to you again.
Kentucky.
Nice. We're going to win a national championship.
At this rate.
Yeah. USC and Vermont. What a terrible game. I actually didn't try to laugh. Just when I read that out loud, just my body forced myself to laugh because that's hilarious. I would go Vermont actually. If this actually happens, I'd have to pick Vermont.
I got to go with USC this time just because they've actually played decent teams.
You don't think Vermont's played decent teams?
Well, considering it says 0-0 against the top 25, I'd have to say not.
That's a good point. I can't really argue with that. Cody.
USC.
No, Caden. No, okay, that's right. That's right. You already picked it. Okay. USC moving on. Okay. So
Already
USC and Kentucky. Now, if we can't get past Providence, Kansas State, and USC, then we just need to quit, y'all. That's wide open there. Okay, Purdue and Duke. Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue, no question.
Yeah.
Purdue.
Okay, Kentucky, USC. I'll go Kentucky because
I guess Kentucky.
I guess, yeah. God, our path to the Elite Eight could really be Providence, Kansas State, and USC. That's legit. That legitimately could happen. And I think on the flip side, if we played Marquette or Michigan State, we could beat them pretty easily too. I feel like. Okay, Purdue and Kentucky, which would be the Marcia matchup. Going to the final
Brady Welsh
four.
matchup.
It would be it's the Brady Welsh matchup. See who has the better Brady Welsh. I'll pick Kentucky just because they got Brady Welsh now.
Oh man. Go Cats, but man,
yeah.
Gosh. I did not think we'd get this far in our bracket, if I'm being completely honest.
I didn't either.
I might as well pick Kentucky at this point.
Well, that's good logic. I might as well pick Kentucky at this point because I didn't think we get this far. What about you, Cody?
Kentucky.
All right, sweet. Okay, so Kentucky and Alabama, two SEC teams in the Final Four, a 1 seed and a 6 seed. in the Final Four. Okay, go Cats, Claude says. All right, let's jump on over to the let's do the Midwest region, which I think is probably the most challenging bracket here, most challenging region, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of the West region is the most challenging. The one with Kansas in it is the West.
Oh,
region,
with
right?
Iona and all and TCU and all those. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. The West. Sorry, I misspoke. The West region is the toughest bracket. The Midwest region, I think, is the easiest region. Actually, and Caden and I were talking about if Indiana is your 4 seed, then that tells you all you need to know, right?
Oh yeah. If Indiana is your 4 seed, then I mean you have no excuse not to make it.
So the 1 seed Houston taking on the Northern Kentucky Norse in the first round. I'm going to go Cougs here.
Northern Kentucky what?
The Norse.
The Norse. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston.
Not horse, Norse. Cody.
That's not even fair for them.
It's not.
They're Northern Kentucky's going to get slaughtered.
Yeah, they are. Go Cougs. Okay, so Houston, moving on. I take it that means you're picking Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, Iowa, Auburn. Bruce Pearl's going to get pissed and throw some stuff while Iowa's coach stares at him. So I'm going to go Auburn. Moving on.
Yeah, he's not going to have to say his guys are getting smashed this time. So I'm going to go with Auburn as well.
He's going to smash somebody else.
Auburn.
Okay, Auburn moving on to the next round. Miami and Drake. I don't know where Drake is or what they are. But I'm going to go Drake moving on to the next round because I just don't think that Miami is that good. And Drake, the rapper, got his GED at Kentucky, so I'm going to have to go with Drake moving on.
That's good reasoning, and I'm just looking at this. Drake has not lost to a top 25 team this year. They're 1-0, so
yeah,
they're going to beat Miami.
Never lost like LeVar Ball. So we're going to go Drake moving on to the next round. Okay. Well, Cody, do you disagree?
Nope.
Okay.
Good giveaway.
Yeah, the giveaway. Indiana and Kent State. Didn't know Kent State had a basketball team before today. I just knew that they always lose to everybody in football. And again, if Indiana is your 4 seed, I think that goes to show how easy the bracket is. I think they'll win 1 game in the tournament, so I'll go. At least I'll go Indiana moving on.
Indiana is not good, and they shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Kent State.
Makes sense. John Hammond says Kent State has a good team. Sincere. Is that
Sincere Carey?
Sincere Carey is a hell of a guard.
See, I knew I was talking about Coleman. Yeah.
Well, I might have to.
I guess Kent State's.
I might have to flip my pick then. Oh, okay, because of John Hammonds' comment, I'm gonna flip my pick to Kent State. And Sincere Carey that's a good name for a point guard.
Sincere Carey. He's gonna carry him. He's gonna carry him to the second round.
He's gonna carry him to the second round. That's right. Sincere Carey. Yeah. Well, never mind. I'm going to Golden Flashes at Kent State to take down the Hoosiers.
Well, I'm gonna pick Indiana.
Okay. That's fine. You can pick Indiana. Okay. Iowa State playing the winner of Mississippi State and Pittsburgh. Who we think's winning Mississippi State and Pittsburgh? I got to go SEC there, right?
You got to go Mississippi State there. Yeah.
Need more cowbell.
Mississippi.
What do you think?
Okay, he said Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, we got Xavier. Well, is it Xavier or Xavier? How are you supposed to say it?
Oh, so we're picking Mississippi State against Iowa State, or we're picking them to beat Iowa State.
I don't know, man. I'll pick Iowa State only won 19 games. Yeah, you can't screw that. No, Mississippi State's winning that game. Go Dogs. Get the cowbell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go I'll go Mississippi State as well.
All right, there you go. What do you think, Cody?
Mississippi State.
Okay, so next round, Xavier taking on Kennesaw State. I think if I heard this correctly, Kennesaw State it had their first winning season in the history of the school. So
They'll be hyped up.
And they're also the Owls. So I think that they're going to outsmart Xavier or Xavier, whatever. They'll probably be able to pronounce it correctly too, since they're the Owls. So I'll go Kennesaw State. Moving on.
I was tempted to go with Kennesaw State until I saw that they lost to Indiana and then got blown out by San Diego State. So if you lose to Indiana, I mean, there's not really an excuse for that. So I'm going Xavier.
John Hammond says Kennesaw State has a guard named Chris Youngblood. John knows all the names of all these guards and everything. Again, that's another reason why you got to pick Kennesaw State here. I think.
He's going to end up winning our bracket challenge.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, John, if you didn't see, we were having a bracket challenge. So get on that. I put the links in the comments somewhere to our ESPN group. And the password is Talking Bracket. No spaces, no caps.
Here it is again. I'll post it again.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, Caden's dropping that link in the comments there. So join if you haven't already. John says he just keeps up a lot of teams. Well, that's what you got to do to be a good to be a good bracketeer. So okay, did we pick Kennesaw State to move on?
I picked Xavier, so it's up to Cody.
Okay,
Xavier.
Damn, you got to go against Chris Youngblood.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless he goes for 40, I just don't see them winning.
Yeah. Well, he might with a name like that. Okay, Texas A&M and Penn State. I think Texas A&M is going to destroy Penn State. I think Buzz Williams is going to sweat through his vest, and I think they're going to move on to the next round. So,
yeah, Texas A&M should be a lot higher than a 7 seed, so I'm going to pick them.
I'll pick Texas too.
Okay, now next round, we got Texas and Colgate. Where is Colgate? Do we know?
Is it beside Crest?
Probably, yeah. Right next to Sensodyne. Okay, where? Okay, where is Colgate? The school. This you think I'm making this up? Slowly, I'm typing in Google right now.
Sounds like a Northeastern team or something.
It does. Colgate University. Okay, I don't care what they're ranked. Well, their tuition and fees are $64,290 a year. So, it's in New York.
Do they have a trumpet studio there?
I don't know. With tuition like that, I don't think it'd be worth it. But
anyways, I'm picking Texas.
Yeah, I'll probably hook 'em horns.
Same.
I almost said something I shouldn't have there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. Okay, never mind. Okay. Let's go back to the top of this region. Let's. Yeah, I gotta be careful what to say.
Where's the top of the street? Oh, it's right there. Houston, Auburn. Okay.
Houston and Auburn. I can't pick against Bruce Pearl. I got to go Auburn here. I think we're going to see the upset. I think Bruce Pearl's on a mission this March.
There's a chance, but I'm going to go with Houston still.
Yeah,
all right.
Pick Houston too.
Well, that's fine. Drake and Kent State.
That's a barn burner.
Yeah, barn burner of a game there. Is that the round of 32? Okay, thank God it's not the Sweet 16 we picked. Okay. Jesus. Kent and Drake.
We got Kentucky in the Final Four, so
That's two. That's like two.
nothing
first
would
names.
surprise me.
Drake and Kent. Who's gonna win? Drake or Kent? Yeah, I'll go Kent State with what's the guy's name? It's not Youngblood. Severe Carey, or no, Sincere Carey. Okay, we got Sincere Carey is going to carry him to the Sweet 16. So I'll go Kent.
Man, I got to go with Kent too. They almost beat Houston and almost beat Gonzaga. So, I mean,
Golden
what
Flash.
can you say? Go Kent.
That's right. They got a good music school too. Raleigh Daly went there.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
In case you're wondering, yeah.
I'll pick
Good
Kent
jazz
too.
department. Okay, Kent. Moving on. So okay. What's the next matchup we got here? Xavier and Mississippi State / Pitt. Yeah, Xavier. No question. If they can get past Chris Youngblood, then they're moving on. So,
Yeah, they'll probably beat Mississippi State.
yeah.
I got to go Xavier.
Xavier.
Texas and Texas A&M, man, what a fun little matchup there for the second round. I think Buzz Williams is the best coach that hasn't won anything in college basketball. And Texas doesn't really have a coach right now, and I think that coaching matters in March. So I'm gonna go Texas A&M with the upset here.
Texas A&M.
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas A&M moves past. All right, gets to the next round. Okay, Sweet 16 matchup here. Right, Houston and Kent State. I think the Golden Flashes magic ends here. I think Houston's going to advance.
I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to say Houston goes down. I think they almost beat them last time. I think Kent State wins this game, and they're the Cinderella.
There we go. The Cinderella going to the Elite Eight. Yeah.
Kent State.
Oh, Kent State's moving on. All right. Great. Okay, now we have Xavier and Texas A&M to go to the Elite Eight. I'm gonna keep rolling with the Aggies here. I'm gonna go Texas A&M. Their fight song is the Yogi Bear theme song, and they're gonna be singing it. So yeah, Yogi Bear's smarter than the average bear.
I think Texas A&M should probably be the 3 seed, not Xavier. So I'm going to go Texas A&M as well.
Texas A&M gets screwed by the committee. They're like the new Kentucky.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
A&M.
Now this is a real. What if this happens? What if we have Kent State and Texas A&M in the Elite Eight? What if this happens? We should get a lot of credit.
Can you imagine if we play Kent State in the Final Four?
And we'll lose. Yeah,
or I guess the West would play him in the Final Four, wouldn't they?
Man, this is tough. Kent State, Texas A&M. It's not even Texas. It's Tech. Is there anything to do in College Station?
I've never been there, but I've never heard of anything to do there. So,
well, there's probably nothing to do wherever Kent State is either. So they're both probably practicing a lot. So, just for fun, I think I'm rolling with the Golden Flashes. I think I'm going to have Kent State 15 seed being the first ever 15 seed to go to the Final Four.
13 seed.
Well, the same thing. They're going to go to the Final Four. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. What do you think, Caden?
I'm rolling with the Aggies still. I think I'm going to pick Texas A&M. I think they've gotten screwed so many times. This is the time they make it to the Final Four.
Buzz Williams is sick of it, man.
Let's go, Coleman. We're going Kent State.
We're going Kent State to the Final Four. 13 seed. So far, our Final Four is Alabama, Kentucky, and Kent State. Man, people are gonna think we're like drunk.
I mean, it happens every year. At least someone does it.
Yeah, that's true. Why can't it be Kent State? Why not
Exactly.
them?
They're going to
All
lose.
right, so the West region out in Vegas, which a lot of people we would win some money in Vegas if Kent State goes to the Final Four. But Kansas and Howard, Kansas is the luckiest team ever. So I'm going to go Kansas. Moving on
For sure.
Kansas. Arkansas and Illinois. Now Illinois no longer has Orlando Antigua or Chin Coleman over there yelling on the bench, and Eric Musselman walked off the court at the SEC tournament dropping F-bombs, and he actually grabbed a UK student's phone and threw it on the ground as he was walking to the locker room. So I think he's pissed. So I'm going to go Woo Pig Suey, Arkansas, moving on to the next round.
I think I'm going to go Illinois this time. It says they're a strong defensive team, and if you just pack the paint against Arkansas, chances are they're going to miss all their threes. So I'm going to go with Illinois.
All right.
Let's go Illinois.
Go Illini.
Illini. St. Mary's and VCU. Now, VCU doesn't have Shaka Smart like they did back in the day, so they don't have the same sort of abilities as they used to. And St. Mary's beat Gonzaga this year, and I think they're a really good team. So this is 1-12 seed. I don't think that will upset 5 seed. I'm going St. Mary's to move on to the next round.
St. Mary's for sure.
Yeah.
St. Mary's beat Vanderbilt by 10.
Well, that means they're going to win the national championship.
Well,
right?
We didn't. So.
Yeah, we didn't.
No, that's my point. So I'll pick St. Mary's.
Yep. Okay, UConn and Iona. Now, this is a real interesting one. Who coaches UConn now?
That's a good question. No, I have no clue.
I only know the women's coach. I don't even know. I didn't even know that Connecticut was good at basketball this year. I thought they kind of dropped off the face of the earth after Kemba Walker left. But so I'll pick old Ricky P and Iona to pull off the upset.
I was going to, but then I saw that they lost to Hofstra, and I have no clue where Hofstra's at. So I'm gonna go with UConn.
There you go. Hey, Marcia just filled out her bracket, so she's on the ball. She's doing it.
Marcia, do you have Kent State making the Final Four?
Yeah, because we do. So that's if you don't have that, then you're not winning. Cody, who you going with?
Going with Iona.
So Iona's moving on the second round. Nice. TCU and the winner of Arizona State and Nevada. Is Joel Justice still an assistant coach at Arizona State?
I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is.
They're definitely losing.
Yeah, so they're definitely not going to win. So I'm going to go Nevada. To move on to play TCU. But that being said, I don't think that TCU is going down the first round. I think TCU is underseeded actually at a 6 seed. I think TCU is better than their seed is, so I'm going to have them moving on.
Hey, they beat Providence, so yeah. I'm
they
picking
beat a lot of
TCU.
people. Horned Frogs.
TCU.
Gonzaga and Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is, although it's very beautiful, I've got to pick Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, easy.
Yeah. Grand Canyon.
I kind of want to move them on just because Cody said that.
Let's just
come on, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine. Are
you flipping?
Do you have any idea how many people probably have him at least at the Gonzaga at least at the Elite Eight?
Yeah.
Come on, it's a bracket buster just waiting to happen.
I think our bracket's already busted.
Yeah, Cody, did you know we have Kent State in the Final Four? Let's see. We could have the Final Four matchup being Grand Canyon and Kent State.
So funny.
But anyway, Gonzaga moves on to the next round. Northwestern and Boise State. Northwestern's a trumpet school, but Boise State, they've they've had some ups and some downs this year. So but I think they're having some ups right now. So I'll pick Boise State.
I'm picking Northwestern. I think they'll probably blow them out. So Northwestern.
All right.
Northwestern.
Marcia says, "Do you want my Final Four and winner?" Sure, go for it. Yeah, fill out. Okay, UCLA and North Carolina, Asheville. Now, I love Asheville, North Carolina. It's probably my favorite city in the world. But I got to go UCLA.
Really? I didn't know you've been to Asheville.
Oh, I love Asheville. Yeah.
Yeah, UCLA.
UCLA.
All right, cool. Claude says North Carolina is skipping the NIT. Breaking news. I didn't know you were allowed to do that. I thought you had to play in the NIT now.
You can't blame them, though, if they were able to do that.
Marcia's Final Four is Baylor, Marquette, Houston, and UCLA, and she's got Baylor winning it all.
It's possible.
That is possible. Probably more possible than Kent State being in the Final Four. Okay, Kansas and Illinois. I'll go Kansas moving on.
I'll say Kansas. I don't think Kansas is that good, but I think they're good enough to beat Illinois.
Yeah.
Kansas.
St. Mary's and Iona. I got to go with St. Mary's. They're a good fundamental basketball team, unlike Kentucky.
I would have picked UConn over St. Mary's, but I think I'm going to pick Iona over St. Mary's.
Oh, there you go. Go Gales.
Go Gales.
Iona.
Let's go.
Iona. Well, now y'all going to make me pick them. Okay, TCU and Gonzaga. I'll go Drew Timme in the Zags. Timme's career keeps rolling. Yeah, I'll go Gonzaga moving on to Sweet 16.
I think this could be a possible upset here. So I'm going to go TCU.
All right, then. Horned Frogs.
TCU.
Cody keeps us in suspense.
He does.
Northwestern and UCLA, two trumpet schools. You got who teaches at Northwestern? Is it Mike Sachs or
I can't keep track these days.
Is it Mike Sachs?
I think there's a bunch of them. Last time I heard. So
yeah, it's a bunch of like rotations coming in. But then you got Yens over there at UCLA. So I probably have to go UCLA.
It says they lost. See, I'm probably reading too much into this, but it says they lost their starting guard. Achilles injury.
Yeah,
they lost.
Looks like they
lost.
Oh, they did.
Okay, yes, but it's been a long time.
Looks like Northwestern's having a pretty good season. They've played some decent teams, so let's go Northwestern. I'll go with another upset.
Private school.
You picked UCLA, Cody?
Yeah.
Well, back in the heyday, when Chickowitz was there, I definitely would pick Northwestern. But Kansas and Iona, I'll go with Iona because I think they're gonna win.
I got to go with Kansas still.
Let's go Iona.
Oh my gosh!
All right, go Gales. It's going to be a 13 seed matchup in the Final Four with Kent State and Iona.
See, Marcia says Northwestern's decent. That's what I'm saying. Northwestern can make a run.
Decent doesn't get you very far in the tournament.
Well, get you past the first round.
Yeah, which we did not get past. TCU and UCLA. I think I'm going to go Horned Frogs on this one. I don't think UCLA is as good as people are making them out to be. Just look at their points per game, 67. The UCLA's is 60. 67 is more than 60. I think that tells you all you need to know right there.
I mean, that logic convinced me. Go Horned Frogs.
Oh, sorry, that's opponent's points per game, but still 75 to 73 in the actual points per game. So yeah.
Well, either way, same thing.
Either one.
TCU for me.
Yep.
TCU
and Iona, Elite Eight matchup. What?
Go.
Well, what a barn burner. You know, I think TCU, they're Christians, and I think that's definitely going to take them far. And I think Rick Pitino says he's Catholic, but he doesn't really act like it all the time. Especially when he's in Italian restaurants. But I'd probably have to go. Iona for this one.
I'm still rolling with the Horned Frogs, picking TCU.
Yeah, it's tough.
Iona.
All right. There you go.
Can you guys imagine?
So our Final Four matchup, one side of the bracket, we got Kentucky, Alabama. Will await the national champion between Kent State and Iona. Which one we picking first? We picking Bama, Kentucky, or Kent State at Iona? I think we need to actually dig in and do some research on this. I mean, I think now we all know. Can we legitimately, if we play Alabama again, do you guys think we could beat them?
Yes.
Wow. I don't know. 50-50 just because we've lost to them, and we would be pretty hyped for that game.
Yeah.
So
Marsha says no. She doesn't think so.
Are we picking this game first, Alabama, Kentucky?
Yeah, we got. I think so.
I'm picking Kentucky no matter what.
All right, I'll pick Kentucky. Sure, yeah.
I'd probably pick Alabama, but I guess Kentucky moves on.
Go Cats in the national championship, just like we all drew it up. And they will face the winner of Kent State and Iona, 2 13 seeds.
That has literally not beaten a top 25 team all season.
That was the first time for everything. Kentucky's not a top 25 team either, so it's not going to change.
Where do you start here?
I don't think you do. I mean, I don't know how to.
I'm picking Kent State. Let's
roll. For me, like the simple fact that Kent State has at least tried to play good teams like Houston, you got to pick them. I'm picking Kent State.
Yeah, but who's Kent State's coach?
Does it matter?
Yeah. And Marsha had a very good point. The best thing to do is pick the coach. I think that coaching clearly does matter in March, as we evidenced by watching Kentucky the last 4 years.
But how can you expect a team that plays like Massville Community College the whole season make a championship run?
Iona would destroy Madisonville Community College.
Yes.
In my eyes, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Kent State would too. I'm picking Kent State.
Okay, Cody.
Kent State, baby. Let's go.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I pick. All right. Well, Rick had a good last run at Iona before he goes over and becomes the head coach at St. John's. So the 2023 national championship, Kentucky and Kent State.
There's nobody else on earth that's going to pick this.
Yeah. Do you guys think that there will be another human being on planet Earth that will have this national championship?
There's no chance. Honestly, I'm surprised we got here.
Well,
I mean, I picked us losing to Kansas State, so I gotta pick. You can't pick us losing to. If we make it this far, you can't tell me we'd lose to Kent State.
Oh, I don't know, Caden. I could see it.
I think you're really underestimating on what we get.
Yeah. We just lost to Vanderbilt twice in 1 week.
That's true.
Yep.
All right, I'm picking the Cats.
Yeah, I may as well pick the Cats.
All right, well, Kentucky's our national champion, I guess. What's our final score? Is it 1-0.
I think it's going to be close.
No, that would imply that we hit a free throw. And I think it'll be a low-scoring, ugly game because that's what both teams have been this year.
Okay, let's all pick a score, and then I'll just
average it out.
Average it, yeah.
I think we scored 53 on UCLA. So who did? And we scored 88 on Arkansas, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that makes no sense. So what's the greatest amount of points we scored this year? 88?
Yeah, and you can't tell me we'd score that much in a national championship game.
And that 53, is that the lowest number that we scored?
Around there, yeah.
Okay, so 88 plus 53 divided by 2 is 70 and a half, which is 71. If you round up, is the rule of 71. So, which would mean that we win. So I'm going to go 71. And then Kent State, I think we'll score less than 71. I'm not really sure how to come up with that number. So I'll probably go, you know what? I think it comes down. I think it'll actually come down to a buzzer beater. I think it'll be 69-69. And Cal is going to draw up the best inbounds play in the history of basketball because he's been saving it in his back pocket for 5 years for this moment in the national championship against Kent State. So he's going to put in Damian Collins and throw a lob to him out of bounds to win the national championship. So yeah, I'm going to go 71-69. Okay. Kentucky. Yeah.
That makes sense. Cody, what's yours?
I'm going to do 58-52. I think it's going to be an absolute disaster of a game.
58-52.
And it's going to be a miracle that we win.
Yeah, I'd say this game, like in and of itself, would be a miracle.
I'm gonna say, this is a 1 in a million chance, literally. I'm gonna be a little more optimistic. I'll say 75-62, Kentucky.
Marcia said, "Who did you guys pick to win?" Well, Kentucky, of course. How could you pick against the Cats?
I won't.
What was
all right?
What was your score, Caden?
75-62. I think we win pretty handily. So let's average this. 71.
It's Kent State,
58 plus 75 divided by 3. So 68 for Kentucky.
Okay.
And then 69, 52.
52. God.
62. Divided by 3. 61. So our score is 68-61.
Sincere Carey's going to be tired by then, so he's not going to be able to drop that many points.
Yeah.
68-61.
If Damian Collins actually did a alley-oop to win this game,
wasn't that the score of the 2012 national championship?
It was around that, yeah. It might have been.
Look what we got to find this out. What if that's the score of the 2012 national championship? Is that a good omen?
No.
I gotta look this up. 2012 National Basketball Championship. 67-59. So close. Man, that would have been cool if that was the actual score.
So are we entering all the sweepstakes? I mean, you can't tell me anyone else picked this as the championship matchup.
If this actually happens, we're winning everything. We're sweeping it. We can retire from our jobs if we win this bracket.
Yeah, probably.
Well, guys, there's never been a perfect bracket in the history of the NCAA tournament, but that's going to change this year because this is perfect. I mean, this is expert knowledge right here. This is going to be the best bracket. You watch. We're going to be in the 99th percentile with this.
I promise you guys, this thing's going to fall apart in the first couple of days.
How long do you think it's going to take for this to fall apart? You think it's going to be done the first day?
I don't think we'll make it past the first weekend, and then we're actually our bracket.
Well, you picked Kentucky though.
Well, I said, what is it?
Marcia says OMG. That about sums it up.
She can't believe it either.
I did not, before the show, I did not think our Final Four was going to be Kent State, Iona, Kentucky, and Alabama.
Yeah, I thought one of those might be in there.
As in Alabama? Yeah.
Yeah. But,
all right. Well, submit picks. Is this our final answer?
That's our final answer, man. I mean, I don't even know why we're thinking twice about it, to be honest with you. Marcia, our Final Four is Alabama, Kentucky, Iona, and Kent State.
It sounds more ridiculous when you say it out loud.
Has 2 13 seeds ever made it to the Final Four?
Never.
I don't think one has. How far has a 13 seed ever made it in the tournament? Let's look this up.
What was Loyola? Chicago.
Loyola, Chicago.
Yeah. What were they, like a 12 seed?
Elite 8. I think they got the Elite 8 though, didn't they?
No, I thought they made it to the Final Four.
They made it to the Final Four.
But have 2 that low made it. I doubt it.
South Carolina made the Final Four one year.
It's true.
SEC tournament. Yeah, I'm trying to look this up. Let's see. A 13 seed has never won the NCAA tournament.
I think only top 8 have.
I'm reading this article. It says verbatim, a 13 seed has never won the NCAA tournament, and that probably will not ever happen. It might this year. 6 teams seeded number 13. Only 6 teams in the history of basketball have advanced to the second round as a 13 seed. But all have lost in the Sweet 16. So
basically, there's no
the answer is never. Yeah.
They were 11 seeds when they went to the Final Four.
Marcia says, do you think my Final Four has potential? Yes. I mean, it has more potential than ours. So if we think this has potential, then yours definitely has potential.
I just don't see Marquette making the Final Four. You can't convince me they're actually a 2 seed.
Oh, so you can see Kent State and Iona making the Final Four?
Over Marquette? Probably.
Yeah. Well,
I could see one of them. I just can't see both of them.
Kent State and Iona?
Yeah.
So that's where you draw the line. You're like, I could see one of them make the Final Four. Both of them, I don't know. That's a little crazy. But I could definitely see Iona going to the Final Four.
Could happen. Yes.
Yeah, it could happen. It's been crazier things. Hey, last time we were a 7 seed, Kentucky was a 7 seed. It was in 2014. And we went to the national championship. I'm just saying.
So since we're a 6 seed this year, we could win it all, right?
Oh, we are a 6 seed. I keep forgetting. But yeah, that's good logic. I like that. Well, guys, fill out your brackets. We'll post the link to our bracket challenge on our Facebook and everything. And remember, if you win, we're obviously going to win with this bracket, but whoever besides us wins, whoever the highest score is, we'll send you a complimentary Talking Kentucky hat. So what could be better than that? Go Cats. Yeah, that's that. The password is Talking Bracket, no spaces, no caps. So that's what that is. And when do we play? When's our game?
Friday.
It's Friday, not Thursday. Okay. Well, we'll have to. We'll do our regular Thursday show then to kind of preview that game, and maybe by then we'll feel better about being able to beat Bryce Hopkins in the first round. I think it's all or nothing. We either beat Providence and go on to win the national championship, beat Kent State, or we lose in the first round. I don't really think there's any in between.
Either
So-
one could happen. Who do you think's going to be guarding Bryce Hopkins? What do you think, Jacob Toppin?
Probably Oscar, right?
Oh,
No,
Bryce
it-
Hopkins playing center?
Isn't he?
No,
He's not.
I thought he's playing the 4. That's why everybody was so upset about it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would
that's
think
right.
Jacob
I
Toppin
forgot.
will probably be guarding him.
Sorry,
Or Chris
I've
Livingston.
been listening to John Calipari too much. Okay, then yeah, they'll probably be top.
Because Calipari kept wanted to play him at the 3, and he didn't want to do it, and that's why he left.
Scott Sally says, "Does the worst one get a hat?" No. But I think we gotta have some kind of prize. We gotta have the worst one do something though. Probably.
Well,
Right?
ours is going to be the worst one. So what do we have to do?
Well, no, it's not. But besides that, the best fan and the worst fan.
What do you mean? No, it's not. We got Iona and Kent State,
Yeah, but we got Kentucky winning it all.
yeah, which that's the furthest stretch
That's,
out of
that's the
all.
lock. That's the lock. I actually think there's a better chance that Iona goes to the national championship than Kentucky beats Providence. But Marcia says you guys are in trouble. Yes, we are. Well, Scott Sally says free keychain. Now, if you're the worst,
They can come on. Can they come on the
bracket, you
show? Talk
can-
about
you-
their
you-
bracket.
Yeah, if you're the worst bracket, you can come on the show and you have to be forced to defend your picks in the bracket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
I think that's a good. Which is arguably a better
Oh my
prize
gosh.
than the hat.
Now someone's gonna intentionally put in a bracket and just pick the lowest seed on every single one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
It's basically what we did. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's basically what we did. So you can't pick a more random Final Four than us. So, that's not a challenge. Scott said, "I'll see you then." LOL. Hey, Scott's on all the time with the monologues. So, well, where are we playing? Is it in Greensboro, North Carolina? In that where our bracket is, our regional? I think it is. Somebody know the comments.
I think you're right. I'm not sure though.
Marsha Davis Wilson says, "You guys cannot be my assistant coaches the way you all think." LOL. That's well, that's fair. It's really just for the bracket. When we're actually watching games.
Hey, you were right calling Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, it's in Greensboro. Okay, cool. Well, UNCG, another trumpet school there. So, yeah, Well, anyway, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Well, I think that sums it up. So, Kentucky takes down Kent State in the national championship, cuts down the Nets. And Iona goes home disappointed after their run to the Final Four. And, so join our bracket challenge. Have a chance to win a hat or come on the show and defend your bad picks if you're the worst one. Marsha Davis Wilson says, "God help us." And that's right. I think God is going to have to help us this weekend when we play Bryce Hopkins. So, well, for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, and for Cody Peevler, and for Kent State. This has been the Talking Kentucky Selection Sunday special, and we'll see you on Thursday night for episode number 43 as we get ready for the Cats to take on the Fighting Bryce Hopkins of Providence. So go Cats, and thanks y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it, and like us on Facebook. We really appreciate this. Actually, really helps us out if you like the show on Facebook, our Talking Kentucky Facebook page. We have 13 subscribers on YouTube. We'd like to get that up a little bit. So if you're listening to this right now and you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, tell your friends. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get that up. So subscribe to us there. And then if you do, for some reason, want to support us, you could do that too through Patreon. You can find that on the support us section of our website, which I think Caden might drop a link in the chat here to that. So, like it, give us a rating. If you haven't rated us on Spotify yet, give us a rating on Spotify. That really helps us. We've gotten like 12 ratings on there. But we want to keep getting those. That helps the algorithms and all those kinds of stuff. So, especially since we're such good, March Madness pickers, picking that one to go to the national championship. So, for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, for Cody Peebler, we'll see y'all on Thursday. Go Cats, beat Kent State.